Yeah, so you've got everything. Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming, and drive carefully. All right, we look forward to having you again.
See, perfect timing. Tim was just telling us how Sophia picked him up at a bar.
She used to be the shyest girl in school.
Well, she wasn't shy with me.
Can we please change the subject?
Sure. I want to hear more about what Tim does for a living.
I told you. I make security products.
Handguns. You make the cheapest handguns on the market today.
You flood poor cities with guns that have no value to anyone but criminals. Your sales drive up homicide rates.
You profit off misery.
That's blood money, Tim.
What the hell is this? It isn't against the law to sell guns.
No, it isn't. In fact, the law protects gun makers like you from being sued.
Is that why you brought me here? To insult me?
We all brought you here, not to insult you, to punish you.
Keen, have your husband's personal effects. How'd you do it?
Excuse me?
I know you killed Navarro. And I know you left that bloody rag behind in his apartment. What I don't know is how you broke into the evidence lockup and stole it before it was sent to the lab.
Someone broke into the evidence lockup?
I'm here to deliver Tom's things in person.
Step back.
And all you do is lie.
You know, you better be careful, Detective, because no matter what you believe, you're still talking to a federal agent.
We'll see how cool you are when I do come to arrest you. Because that day is coming.
Thank you for bringing Tom's things.
Cooper here.
I need your help.
Here outside the upstate New York town of Harrington, locals have long told ghost stories about these abandoned fields and the walking dead who haunt them. Last night, for a few teens, those stories became all too real. Alex, can you tell us what happened?
You know, we hopped the fence and walked into the fields, on a dare, and that's when I saw the new grave.
So far, authorities have uncovered one dead body and are continuing to investigate.
I have to say I would have done exactly the same when I was a kid. It's a ghost story. Creepy woods, rumors of corpses walking around in the dead of night.
Is that your dog or a customer's?
What a dear. Yes. You're a good girl. All right, off you go. A few days ago, Tim Gorman, the owner of Ballistic 9, a controversial gun manufacturing company based in Reading, Pennsylvania, disappeared.
That's who's in the shallow grave? Tim Gorman, the businessman who makes guns a fifth the price of an iPhone?
Murdered, I believe, by a provocative group known as the Invisible Hand.
I saw the news. They found Gorman.
Yeah, not just Gorman. Look, hang on. I want a conference in Sofia.
So they're vigilantes, going after criminals the legal system has failed to convict?
The criminals here aren't really criminals at all. That's the point. The Invisible Hand chooses targets who aren't actually committing crimes under existing law.
Like Tim Gorman, everything he did was perfectly legal.
Yes, but morally reprehensible in the eyes of the hand. Eyes of the hand. What an odd turn of phrase.
I'm on.
Mommy.
Everly, baby, Mommy has to take this call.
We really don't have time for this.
I'm sorry, but I wasn't exactly expecting the call.
Look, can we all just stay focused, please? Now, we all saw the news. As we speak, the police are digging up the entire site. Will be exposed.
You don't know that.
Oh my God.
Mom.
I agree with Steven.
We've always covered our tracks. Nothing at the site leads back to us.
Look, let me do some sniffing around at the paper. I can call a few sources, see what the police really know.
Great. We meet up later at Zeke's.
Does Reddington have any proof that the invisible hand is killing these people?
Gorman's body was found in a shallow grave in a Superfund site in a town called Brentford. He believes others are buried there as well.
Brentford. Okay, their biggest employer was the Atria Chemical Corporation. Whoa, they dumped so many toxins that the EPA set up the site, 10 square miles of uninhabitable land.
It's the perfect place to dump bodies.
Hey, Bobby, Rustler, reach out to the investigating team. Meet them on site. If that is a mass grave out there, I want to know who the bodies are.
The chemical concentration in the soil isn't uniform. Some of the pockets are highly corrosive, others are less toxic. All right, here's your gun maker. They planted them where there's a huge concentration of chemicals.
How many bodies have you found?
6 so far, but the topography makes me think we're gonna find more. Oh, I pulled this down for you. It's a surveillance camera. The EPA monitors these sites to study terrain shifts.
Where was this installed exactly?
Facing the one access road in a birch, it takes 1 photo a day. It shows the changes in the topsoil caused by the toxins.
We're gonna need to see the images on this as soon as possible.
You got it.
Cops don't know anything yet. They can't figure out who most of the bodies are, let alone connect them to us.
Look, everything we do together. We choose who is deserving of punishment together. We execute sentence together. And we are all equally responsible. So if you guys want to stop, we stop. But I think once you see this, you'll realize that isn't possible now.
We found her.
She's here. She's back in the country, but not for long.
She has to die. Don't forget why we started this. I say we vote.
Anna Hopkins, you will know the invisible hand.
We've discovered 9 bodies so far.
Any idea how they were killed?
The autopsy suggests they were buried alive. Each of them put in the ground conscious, fully aware of what was happening. I've got 4 names for you so far. Gorman, the gun maker, you know. The second body is Ralph Ellis. Went missing 2 years ago. He works for AxGen Pharmaceuticals.
The ones that jacked up the cancer prices so high the poor couldn't afford them.
The rest of them are mostly skeletons. Edward Weber and David Flynn, I'd guess they were the first ones put in the ground. Weber was a retired judge. Flynn was a lawyer in Philly. Excuse me.
We know why the invisible hand targeted the gun maker and the big pharma exec, but what did Weber and Flynn do to deserve being killed?
Anthony Pagliaro.
He won't leave, Herman. He said he's sorry for the unexpected visit, but it's a work-related emergency.
The man works at a post office. What kind of emergency could we be talking about? Bring him in.
I know. Don't even say it. Unexpected drop-ins, not kosher. All I can say is I would never, if it wasn't an absolute
emergency, Dembe said. In my experience, everyone has their own definition of an emergency.
Somebody's trying to kill me.
That fits my definition.
It's my fault. I needed some money. So there's this guy at work, you know, he has this route. Told me about this house. Said it was a big drug spot. So I covered his route for a week. I found this package that I figured was loaded with, you know, whatever, something that I could sell. It's drugs, so maybe they don't report it. If they do report it, I say, I have no idea. With everything I deliver, must have went missing somehow.
I'm remembering now why I make the plans when we do business.
And I was dead on. Package was loaded. Cocaine. So now, I'm rich, right? Boom. Next day, I get a visit from a walking refrigerator, calls himself Big Willie Wilkins.
Imagine the confidence a man has to have in his own genitals to take on the nickname like Big Willie.
Oh, yeah, he's confident, all right. He's also cuckoo-cuckoo. And he's not buying my story how his shipment went missing. So I told him that it was stolen. By another dealer I hear the guys at work talk about from the neighborhood. Momo, they call him. Momo Marinello.
Does Momo know you're the one who falsely accused him?
Oh, yeah. I'm his prime suspect, and he's going to kill me for sure.
What did you need the money for?
I'd rather not say. Does it matter?
It does to me.
I'm dating this girl now, okay? And, you know, she's a little bit out of my league, so I just thought I could use a little, you know, a little help in, liposculpture. I know, it's embarrassing, all right? I'm not proud of it. Doesn't mean I deserve 2 in the back of the head from Big Willie Wilkins.
Come, let's take a ride over and see this large William and explain the misunderstanding.
What? No, that's a bad idea.
Relax. In a matter like this, honesty is always the best policy. Probably.
What's left? I want to get back to the hotel and take a bath.
Your last interview just got here.
You're punctual. I like punctuality. Anna Hopkins, nice to meet you.
Thanks for seeing me, Miss Hopkins.
Take a seat. Let's get started. Smart of you to do the story now. Once we announce this new initiative, we expect to be very busy here.
I'm sorry. Do you mind if I have a water?
Thanks to Steve Jobs, every new product line has to be kept secret and then launched like a movie. What are you doing?
Sorry. You don't mind if I record this, do you?
I don't know how you even got a hit. I mean, that camera takes 1 photo every 24 hours of that access road.
That's incredible. What are the chances it would capture a suspicious car?
I know, right? They're like slim to none, which is probably why it didn't happen. I looked at 730 photos. No cars in the foreground on the road, but 1 photo had something in the background, and I enhanced it.
Why would anyone visit a contaminated site without protective gear?
Now, who the hell is that?
Oleander. Tom was still researching the name when he was killed.
It's a person.
So you found something.
I made some calls, cashed in a few favors from friends working in counterintelligence. Oleander was the name of a Russian operative, active during the Cold War.
A Russian agent.
I'm not sure he's even still alive. A few years ago, the CIA thought he might be living here in the United States under an assumed name. That was never proven. No charges were ever filed.
Thank you for this.
Agent King, be very careful. If that man is the operative they call Oleander, he is extremely dangerous. And he won't appreciate FBI agents dropping by to ask him questions.
Dominic Wilkinson?
Who's asking?